Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're here for Game Week 8 of the 23-24 Premier League season to provide our predictions and offer some insight into this weekend's action. Harry, good season so far. Are you excited for this weekend?
I mean, it has been a great season. We've seen a lot. We've seen some thrashings. We've seen some really close games. We've seen some controversial games last weekend. Hope this weekend we can avoid a bit of drama and just have 10 really good games of football.
Hopefully so. With that said, shall we get right into it then? The Saturday morning kickoff at 12:30 is Luton Town versus Tottenham Hotspur. Luton, first win of the season last weekend. They beat Everton 2-1, but in the week they lost 2-1 to Burnley in a game they possibly should have been winning if they want to stay in the league. Tottenham, one of the most exciting sides in the league this season. Last weekend they won against Liverpool, in quite controversial fashion, and they've shown themselves to be potentially the closest team we have to Man City this season. So, is this going to be a routine win for the away side, or could Luton Town put up a bit of a fight?
I think Tottenham should easily take the 3 points here, and I think they will make it look really easy. I'll go 3-0 Tottenham. Don't think it'll be a cricket score, but a very convincing performance with goals from Son, Maddison and Destiny Udogie.
Fair enough. That seems reasonable when you backing all the players there that everybody has in their FPL teams. I think it'll be a little less convincing. I'll go 2-0 Tottenham. Still a convincing victory. I don't think they'll have too many challenges, but I do think it'll take them a while to break Luton down. I will say goals from Dejan Kulusevski and Richarlison, just to be a little bit different. Yeah. Not the usual goal scorers, and cause FPL players who've just brought in Maddison and Son a little bit of pain. Up next, the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs takes us to Turf Moor, where Burnley play host to Chelsea. Burnley, their first win of the season, coming against Luton Town on Tuesday night. Chelsea got what felt like their first win in their 2-0 win over Fulham on Monday. So, Chelsea perhaps having an upturn in form. Burnley finally claiming some points, or claiming a win. So both riding high. Who do you think will be coming into this game with more confidence?
I think Chelsea. It was a big win against Fulham and big goals from Mudryk to finally score and for Breuer to come back from a 10-month injury and hit the ground running. I think they'll want to push on from that and get another win here against Burnley. But this time I'll go with goals from Nicholas Jackson will probably come back into the 11. Now he's cleared his suspension. And then the second goal will be through Conor Gallagher.
Fair enough. Definitely see it. You've gone 2-0 in this game. I'll go 3-0 Chelsea. A little bit more convincing. I will say goals from... I'm spoilt for choice at the moment. The Chelsea goal scorers. I'll say Nick Jackson will get one. Obviously, we expect him to return after his suspension, as you say. I think it will then be... I'll say Enzo Fernandez. Doesn't often find himself on this goal scoring sheet and actually hasn't scored for Chelsea yet. But I think he'll get a goal here. And then I will go for Thiago Silva from a corner to round off a 3-0 win. Up next, it is a relegation scrap of sorts. Everton play host to Bournemouth. The Toffees, they've come unstuck a few times this season, most recently against Luton Town on Saturday. A game they really should have been winning. Turned out to be a disappointing loss, but they were playing well before then. Obviously beating Sheffield United, wasn't it? I think Brentford already quite convincing. Don't know why I always think that's Sheffield United. Quite convincing fashion there. And they've looked all right recently. Obviously, new signing Beto looks to have bedded in well. Hasn't yet got a goal in the Premier League, but maybe this is the game to do it. And Bournemouth, well, despite the fact bringing in new coach Anthony Iraola, they've failed to claim a victory so far, despite looking quite decent in a lot of their games. So, Everton have been many favourites to go down, but looked all right. Bournemouth, most people thought they'd stay up, yet they look in a bit of trouble. What do you think will happen this weekend?
Both sides need a win. They need a big win here. I think home advantage could play it for Everton, but I think Bournemouth should have enough quality and probably the better side tactically. I'll go 1-0 though. 1-0 to the Cherries, and it will be a solo goal from Dom Solanke.
Yeah, I mean, you are loving the away wins and the away clean sheets today, but I'm going to buck that trend because I'm going to go for a 2-0 Everton win. I think they've looked very impressive in recent weeks if you put aside that Luton Town game, so I think they'll get back to winning ways here. Bournemouth, they've really failed to impress me so far, which is a shame because I rate Iraola really highly, so disappointing with their start to the season. Potentially this is a chance to get going. I don't think it will be though. I think Everton will win, and I'll say goals from new signing Beto and Arnaut Danjuma. Potentially their only 2 goal threats.
Yeah, no.
Now, if you thought that game was an unexciting one, wait till you see our next one. It's Fulham versus Sheffield United. I think if you had to describe to me what could be the most boring game of football you see in your life, it would potentially be that.
I'll tell you what, Sunday's fixtures are really good. Saturday is going to be dull.
It's going to be dry. I mean, unless Luton pull up an upset, it could be in for a boring Saturday. But yeah, Fulham, a difficult start to the campaign so far. They look pretty woeful. That now they don't have Mitrovic in attack. They don't seem to have an exit ball when they pump it long. And they don't really seem to have anyone that can score a goal. And they concede way too many shots. Leonard's made a lot of saves, but they concede way too many shots. However, if there's any team you don't need to worry about that with, it's Sheffield United. So potentially this will be Fulham's chance to get their season back on track. Sheffield United, well, you think they'll be doing better with players like Gus Hamer and Cameron Archer, but they've not really been able to find the net with any sort of consistency. Could this game be the time they turn that around? Well, Harry, what are your thoughts heading into this one?
Oh, this drips and drabs by both sides. They need as many points as they can get. I just don't see Fulham getting anything from any football game they play at the moment. But Sheffield
They
United...
look fairly poor against Chelsea side, who haven't shown a lot recently.
Sheffield United also look poor. So I'm going to go 1-0 Sheffield United, but I think it'll be an own goal from Tim Ream.
Fair enough. I can see it.
Across the ground spot, he's going to slide in to try and knock it out of play, and he's going to knock it past his own goalkeeper, and that'll be it.
Yeah, this has the last game of the night on Match of the Day written all over it, and I think it will be a game befitting of that. Fulham won, Sheffield United won. Nobody will really take much notice unless they've got Gus Hamer in their fantasy team, because I think he'll get a goal. As for Fulham, I think they'll equalise late on through Andres Pereira, and it'll be Fulham 1, Sheffield United 1. Up next, the final of our 3 o'clock kickoffs, and it's Manchester United versus Brentford. Two sides have been very, very poor and very, very performing under standards of what you'd expect so far. Manchester United have looked horrendous by all accounts, and their most recent match coming in the Champions League, a 3-2 loss to Galatasaray, which was a shock. And then Brentford, well, I mean, they got thrashed by Everton
They haven't been great.
a couple of weeks back. What even happened to them last weekend? Oh, they drew with Nottingham Forest.
I'll get 1-0 up.
Just not good enough, really. And
Fair.
despite the fact United have looked poor recently, they could be handed a lifeline here by the fact that Brentford have arguably looked worse. So how do you see this game going, Harry?
I think I can't split either side. As you say, I think they've maybe not been equally as poor, but in terms of form, they're both really struggling right now. I think that'll be portrayed in the game. I think Brentford's had a 2-goal lead through Visser and Mbuemo, but United might butt their ideas up second half. Brentford fall asleep a bit, and the game will finish 2-2. United will get back into the game with goals from, I'll go Fernandes from the penalty spot, and Højlund, because he actually looks like he can score a goal at the moment.
Yeah, fair. I mean, looks like the only one who can.
Yeah.
I think home advantage, or at least Old Trafford, will play a huge part here. I don't know whether that's a positive or negative for Manchester United right now, because they seem to be scared of playing at the home stadium.
No, it sits on the floor.
But I do think they'll win here, and I think it will be a quite decent 2-1 victory. I think Brentford will score first, and a lot of fans will be going, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah.
Brian and Mbuemo penalty, I will say, and I think it'll be given away by Casemiro again. And then I think it will be Manchester United goals through Rasmus Højlund and Facundo Pellistri off the bench, and I think he'll get a goal off the bench and win the hearts of a lot of Manchester United fans. Up next then, the final game, the 5:30 kickoff. This should be a real good one. It's Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest.
Wow!
I'm pumped, I bet you are.
I can't wait.
Exactly. Crystal Palace and Hodgson Ball, well, they took down Man United last time out. I don't really know what to expect from them this time out. I mean, they're at home. Potentially they'll be playing beautiful football again. Potentially they'll steamroll Forest. Forest, they were lacklustre against a pretty meh Brentford side, bailed out by a Nico Dominguez goal on his home debut, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So they got a point there. Could they get any more than a point here? What do you think?
I think no. I
Short and sweet.
I'm gonna go 0-0.
Oh.
I don't see any goals. I think Wacky Manson will get sent off, and that'll be about it.
Fair enough, yeah.
Nothing's good. I think he'll get sent off about the 70th minute. Fans will be all over him, not break him down. Wacky Man's going to get sent off for something silly.
Yeah.
maybe 2 yellows, maybe a drawn goal chance, and then they'll have pass with their backs against the wall for 20 minutes, but nothing's going to happen. 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, as a Matt Turner owner in FPL, really can't decide how many Forest are going to score. They're obviously not going to concede. I will say, Palace are really good recently. More like they're going to win. I'm going rogue with this prediction though. I will go Palace 0, Nottingham Forest 1, and it'll be a goal through Willy Bolly. Why not? I think he's still there. I think he'll score from a hot corner. I think it'll be a decent header and a 1-0 win for Nottingham Forest. No basis for that. Palace fans, feel free to shout me in the comments. You would be right to do so, but I'm backing an away win for no reason. On to the Sunday then. Our first game comes courtesy of the Amex Stadium. It's Brighton playing host to Liverpool. This game has often thrown up a little bit of a curveball, especially when it's been played with no television cameras watching it. And this is a game similar to all of those. We can't watch it, I don't believe. Brighton, Liverpool, I mean, recently it's been like 3-0 whenever they've played, so hopefully we get more of that. Brighton in recent weeks have either been the greatest football team you've ever watched or the worst football team you've ever watched. Last time out, they lost 6-1 to Aston Villa. Why? Nobody knows. Before that, they probably won. I just don't know what to think of Brighton. Yeah, exactly. So what is going on with Brighton right now? Who knows? Liverpool, on the other hand, last time out, well, I'm sure we're all familiar with what happened in the Tottenham match. We don't know at the time of recording how they got on in Europe yet, but if we're going to hedge our bets, they won. It was Union St Gilwart. They should have won. So they should be coming in at least off that win. Do you think Brighton's confidence will be shot, or will they bounce back in a similar fashion to how they did earlier?
It's been so crazy. I'm just going to chuck out a random score on the whim. Do you know what? It's going to happen. I'm going 3-0, 3-1 Brighton.
Okay. I love it.
It'll be unexplainable, but I think Liverpool take the lead through Mo Salah, and then something's going to happen to Brighton, and they'll respond with goals from Mitoma, Ferguson, and Billy Gilmore.
Yeah. I'm hoping we keep that same level of craziness that we've seen from those 3 o'clock kickoffs in Brighton Liverpool. Obviously, this one we can watch this time, so hopefully it's a good game. I think it will be Brighton 3, Liverpool 4. Why not? Love it.
Love it.
I will go for Brighton will open the scoring through Koaro and Mitoma because loads of people have taken him out of their FPL teams. A lot of them have brought in Luis Diaz. Some of them haven't, though, and I think Diaz will then level it up. Then Salah will score at the second. Then Brighton will hit back through Evan Ferguson. And then they'll take the advantage through Joel Veltman before Liverpool will pounce back with a Darwin Nunez equaliser and then a late winner from Mohamed Salah will round off a 4-3 game, and everyone will be absolutely confused as to what on earth they've just watched.
Crazy.
And then they'll all go and have a little lie down before Arsenal Manchester City. Up next, we have, the same time, it's not the same place though, this one's in London and it's West Ham hosting Newcastle. Both sides playing in Europe in the week. That is why it's being played on the Sunday. West Ham, we haven't seen yet, but
no.
I have no idea whether they would have beaten Freiburg or not. That game kicks off in just under an hour at the time of recording. But yeah, they probably should have won that. It should be coming out for confidence high. However, don't think that could top Newcastle's confidence high after they tore apart PSG. So, will the travelling Geordies get another big victory, or will West Ham win? What do you think?
I'm hot on the Newcastle steam train at the moment. They're
bandwagon.
Their morale is going to be sky high. West Ham, they're all right. They're not very good at football.
No, but they do have James Ward-Prowse.
That won't be enough to stop Newcastle, though. 3-0 to the tune with goals from Almiron, Gordon. Gordon's suspended, so it won't be Gordon. It'll be Almiron.
He's been a bad boy.
He has, very bad. It'll be Almiron, Isak, and Lascelles, because he's playing out his skin at the moment. Since he's come in, they've beaten City and beaten PSG.
How has he taken it? Header, half volley from the edge of the box into the top corner.
Off his crotch on the line.
Quality, yeah. Lascelles just
he moves his thigh towards the ball.
Brings a whole new meaning to his thrust it home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Newcastle win as well. I will go West Ham 0, Newcastle 1. I think it will be a goal from Kieran Trippier. Free kick. because a lot of people are umming about having him in the FPL team. I'm not putting him in, despite the fact I'm wildcarding. Therefore, he's going to bend one in the top corner, and then I'll cry.
Yeah.
West Ham 0, Newcastle 1. Up next, we've got a bit of a West Midlands derby. Exciting times. It's Wolves versus Aston Villa. Again, this is a game which often provides a little bit of drama, a little bit of controversy, and a lot of action. So hopefully it does so this time. Wolves are really boring. They don't tend to win many games. In fact, I don't know whether they've played any matches. I've got no recollection of Wolves even being involved in this season.
Beat City last weekend.
They did do that. So maybe they're going to win everything. I completely forgot they did that.
They are still really bad at football. They beat Man City. Doesn't matter. They're right.
They lost to Ipswich Town and then went to beat City. How can anyone explain that? So I have no idea what's going to happen here. Maybe Wolves win, maybe they won't. Who knows? Aston Villa, on the other hand, also unpredictable. Some weeks they're getting battered by Legia. Others, they're beating arguably the best team in the league this season, 6-1. So the Premier League's unpredictable. What random numbers are you going to throw out here, Harry?
I'm going to throw out a 0 and a 2. It'll be 2-0 to Aston Villa.
20.
20-0, yeah. No, I think it won't be as great as last weekend, but they're playing Europe. Wolves wouldn't also they won't be at quite the races early on, but I think it'll be 2 late goals from Jacob Ramsey and Ollie Watkins.
Is he fit, Ramsey? Back from injury?
Yeah.
Nice.
He scored last weekend in the 6-1 win. I think he'll carry that on, and obviously Ollie Watkins got his hat-trick, second hat-trick this season already. I think he will score the second.
See, as I say, I'm using my wild card. I've just brought in Ollie Watkins, so obviously he's going to get a red card and an own goal, and Wolves are going to win 2-1.
Okay.
Because FPL hates me. So I think Villa will open the scoring, and that will be through Moussa Diaby. And then, is he?
Yeah.
He's got a little flag on FPL.
No, Emery said
100% out. Oh,
yeah.
That's gutting. Well, it won't be Moussa Diaby then because he's injured. I was just joking. It will instead be...
Oh, no. I don't know. No, he's injured for the Europe game.
Oh, so we know nothing.
Yeah, but if he was injured for the Thursday game, he'd probably be fit for the Sunday.
It's obviously going to be his understudy, Ezri Konsa then, and very similar positions.
Yeah.
I think, he'll open the scoring, Ezri Konsa, and then Wolves will hit back with goals from, I was about to say Matthias Nunez. He's not even there anymore. I will go for, who plays for Wolves?
Hwang Yi-chan.
He does play for Wolves. I don't want to back Hwang though. Is it Gomez, the midfielder, who's quite decent?
I don't know.
I'm going to go Gomez. I'm hoping that's someone who plays for Wolves.
Who does play for Wolves?
I'm completely blanked. Nelson Semedo as well, if he's still there.
He's still there.
He's definitely not.
Kaladzic.
Craig Dawson, header, there we
Does
go.
he still play for Wolves?
I think if he still plays football, he definitely still plays for Wolves.
Wolves fans, tell us who plays for you.
Oh, no, actually, right. Change my mind. I'll go John Ragnar Bellegarde. First goal for the club, and then I will go for Sasa Kaladzic. There we go, showing some Wolves knowledge.
After this, I'm going to go look at the Wolves team.
Look at all the.
I honestly cannot name it many players off the top of my head.
Yeah, fair enough. And then the final game of the weekend, we're not predicting here. I know, I can hear the collective boos, but hang on, what's that? We're live this weekend. Oh, look at that. The reaction is immense. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Arsenal versus Manchester City is going to be a brilliant match, we hope. Man City without Rodri. Could Arsenal take advantage of that? Who knows? Will Saka be fit? Who knows? Probably the medical team, but we don't.
They've lost to Newcastle and Wolves now.
Yep. But Arsenal did lose to Lens.
And got Saka.
Maybe they'll both lose. But that should be good. We'll be live from 4:15 on Sunday. And if in the meantime, if you're looking for something to watch, well, we're live this weekend for 2 WSL fixtures. So if that takes your interest, then live tonight, the time this goes out, for Arsenal versus Manchester United. Should be a big clash in the WSL. And then we're live on Sunday morning for Chelsea versus Man City. The two teams right at the top of the table last year. You expect them to be up there again. A big early clash in the WSL. So join us for those. Should be a great weekend of football. We've got 3 streams over the 3 days. Very exciting times. That's everything though for today. Another good episode of Premier League predictions. We will see you next week. We'll be predicting more Premier League action. Podcast is also out if you haven't checked that out already. That's everything for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.